All right. I don't mind if you eat for a second during this, but so if you're broadcasting, we're gonna do about 20, 30 minutes of instruction, then we're gonna roll to a video and then the next break. So any other big takeaways from last session? Doesn't have to be. Just want to see if there's anything looming. No? Okay. PDI, standing for personal daily interaction, or also pretty damn important. Not my joke. Who can tell me first years only with the importance? What is the significance and importance of PDI from first year? Go ahead, Michael.
Is it almost like a time card? You go in, I know it's kind of old school, but you punch a time card.
Okay, yeah, for a representative, it serves as a time card. Okay, how about from a that's right, from a management standpoint, from a working in office standpoint, Antoine?
You can kind of use it to drive them. So you can like, you can
kind of or definitely?
You can debrief with them after their appointment. You can like help them work on things. So
Yeah.
It gives them confidence and also drives themselves.
Okay, that's right. Good, David.
You making sure they're actually doing appointments.
Yep.
Yeah, just holding them accountable.
Yep, hold them accountable.
It's creating sales.
Yep. And one word. What's PDI is what for us?
Accountability.
What else? Accountability and one other word. So 2 words. But it's also our form of. It's our form of what?
Accountability.
Communication.
Communication. Yeah, it's our form of communication. So I think that's what's really important. And I think a lot of times we forget there's an art to PDI and there's a science to PDI. There's both. Okay. Meaning PDI is not simply, oh, let me just talk to the rep. There are routines. There are. Heidi always uses the word protocol because that's in her hospital world. Systems to us is protocol to them. And that's what's really important. So I want to give you a quick overview on PDI. Speak of the devil. Okay. Okay. Notebooks and pens. And what I'm going to do is give you what we call the first 10-day overview. How many of you feel a lot more confident with the major functions in the first 10 days? Raise your hand. Okay. Who up brave soul wants to give it a shot? Walk me through, starting with day 1 of training, the most important functions of the first 10 days. The benchmark, those pillar events. First year, what brave soul wants to give it a shot? What are the main events of Fast Card? Starting with day 3 launch. Any brave soul? But Eli, so first one is launch, day 3. Next main event? Next main event of the first 10 days is, which is what day?
Monday.
Okay, next event after that?
18-2.
Which is what
Wednesday.
day? Okay, next event after that?
PSP on Sunday.
Okay, and that's it. Perfect, nice job. Who can give me, let's do, what's the assignment from day 3 to AT1? Raise your hand, don't yell it out. Assignment from day 3 to AT1. Give me 1 or 2 of the assignments. Tuan, give me 1. 5 demos completed. Okay.
30, 50 names.
What's that?
30, 50 names and numbers.
Nope, not quite. That's from Monday to Wednesday, but that's from Sunday to Monday. Any other assignments from Sunday, from launch to Monday? 5 appointments completed. And there's one more we didn't put, which is not, it's an assignment. It's not a demo assignment though. We'll go Kayla. Yeah, we're gonna test them on page 21. That's more advanced. We're not gonna worry about that. Good. Nice job, Eli. From Monday to Wednesday, so from advanced training, what's the assignment that we give? There are 2 main assignments we covered today. So give me 1, Daniel.
4 appointments.
4 appointments completed. What if I did not hit my assignment the first time around? What do I do? Karina? 5. Add 1. It's always add 1. Same thing on Wednesday. If they didn't hit the assignment from Monday to Wednesday, I'm going to add 1 to the next assignment. Why? Because what are we creating? A culture of what? Assignments and accountability. Assignments and accountability. Good. What's the assignment from, also one more assignment from AT1 to AT2. So 4 demos. Oh no, Kayla said, sorry. List of 30 to 50 names. What's assignment from AT2 Wednesday? On. AT2 Wednesday to rest of the week, demo-wise. What's the demo count? 7. What's the other assignment? 30 to 50 names, okay? And if you just understand those assignments, there are probably 3 to 5 other quote-unquote assignments from each day, but things like memorize this, things like bring in pennies, things like food, but when you're driving the business, very good. Nice job, Eli. Nice job, everybody. So now that you know the fundamental days, okay, I'll start the fundamental days of Fast Start. So that's the launch. This is AT1. This is AT2. You see how when you understand why people don't show, it ties into first 10 days. 10 days ties into PDI because if you don't understand what the events are, what they mean in the assignments, you don't know what to say on PDI. You see why we did in that order? There's a reason we don't do PDI first and why we do first 10-day management. Okay, beautiful. So AT1, that's launch, AT1, AT2, and what's Sunday? ESP. Okay. So I'm just gonna give it to you rather than day 2. Well, first years, you guys want to guess or do you know? What's the PDI in terms of, PDI stands for talking to them on the phone. Like that's layman terms. What's our version of talking to them on the phone on day 2? First year only. Anyone want to guess? What's our version, Michael Mustafa, of talking to them on day 2?
Isn't that getting the 5-year names? Isn't it like?
No, it's a good guess. That's from, when is that from?
Is it day 1 or day 2?
Day 1 to day 2 if they have questions or problems. David, you want to give it a shot?
Would it be to ask them what the takeaways were?
Okay, you can. You can. There's one, how about experience, next level? What's that, Kayla? What's the day 2 appointment? We call that day 2 PDI. Okay, day 2 PDI. What's the objective of that? What's the objective, Tuan? What's that?
You say Juan. Leave with demos.
You don't go by Antoine?
You can go.
Okay. All right, if it's offensive, let me know. I apologize. Antoine, what's the objective?
Leave with demos.
Okay, now let me refine that. Define, Kayla, what it means to do day 2 PDI. Physically where and what are you doing? Where are you, and what's happening?
Like you should be in the office.
You're in the office, or you know what? Nowadays, I don't think you have to be in the office. Here's my rule, and I think if all the districts can adopt it, and the branches probably will follow. Our rule is first call in at the office, and you can maybe move somewhere else. But I think you need to be in one place. I don't think you can be taking PD on the road. It's the same reason why I don't want you scripting anything while you're driving. It's like, oh, well, I kind of know. Well, you're either not really scripting or you're not really driving. All right? Okay, so that's an old training joke. So objective of this is to drive 10+ appointments per rep. Okay, and this is when they're here. They're at home. And they call the check-in, and you'll see this on the video. They'll call the check-in, and our conversations go. It's a back and forth. You call 5 people, call me back. Call 5 people, call me back. And in between, what we're doing is we're also creating perspective, excitement, and direction, which is essentially every call. But the goal is to drive. The main thing is you ran a successful day 2 PDI when you got reps booking an average of 10 or more points. That's the goal. Let's go backwards. Kayla, you know this. I'm not going to ask you. Gavin, since you're there, or Daniel, what are the 2 objectives of 3 days of training? Give me one. What's one objective of the 3 days of training?
Still confidence.
Tell me more specific.
Product.
If I'm looking at him and I say Gavin, doesn't mean Daniel out of nowhere say something. Gavin.
Product conviction.
The other one is launching,
Leaving
leaving with
with demos.
demos. Okay. Ideally, that's the goal. So our goal is to drive appointments, book, AKA they're at home and we're coaching them to make calls. That's what that is. Who can tell me what's the day 3 version of communicating with a fast start first 10-day rep? Well, we should make this. First 10 days, AKA fast start. Moose.
Isn't it who you're seeing first? And it's like, okay, so who are you seeing first?
Right, that might be part of the conversation, but what's the actual event and what's happening? Go ahead, Daniel.
It's PC. It's day 3.
We call
Sorry.
it day 3 PDI.
Yeah, day 3. Yeah.
AKA post training, AKA Karina,
First weekend.
first weekend PDI. Most of us call it first weekend PDI. It's when they launch post training. Okay.
What did that consist of?
Talking to reps that just launched
Oh, okay.
from their demos. Yeah.
Would one of the things, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Would one of the things on day 2, PDI be confirming for high flyer? Would that be a priority or no?
Yeah, I think you're always confirming. Yeah. I think I'm just doing it from a demo standpoint. If you want, you could do this, right? And to create high flyer attendance. Really, overall attendance. It's not like, hey, high flyers, I want you to make it. I don't care if everyone else shows. We do care if everyone else shows. Okay, so day 3. This is, that's probably how we do this. Day 2 PDI is reps home calling. We talk to them. Okay, first week in PDI is reps first demos. They're calling in. So the objective of this is essentially just support. I'm going to put a real general term there because we'll see in the video and when you get experience. But why is that? From those of you that have taken PDI first weekend, why am I using a general term? Because what can the support entail? Give me a couple of things that first weekend PDI support entails. So 2 supports. Sorry, Andrew.
Booking more demos if I
Yeah, so more appointments and filling their schedule. What else does it entail? Karina.
Sales.
Yeah, close. So close, but now we know not just close, but what?
Debrief.
Okay, yeah, teach. Yeah, both. Right, good. Close and teach. Right? What do they say in the Bible? Show a man to fish, he'll fish for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll fish for a lifetime. Right? So many of you are really good at fishing for people on the appointment versus let's teach them how to fish so they don't have to keep calling in. Like if you have a rep out of the first 10 days still calling you for a deal, still calling you for price. We have reps like that. You got some of our, even our own office, because first weekend we set the tone that if you don't call us, we're gonna do it for you. Well, that's not really the job because they didn't sign up for a sales. They signed up for a sales representative job, didn't they? Not a call in. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. You're not like an avatar to the company. Is that the right term?
That was good.
Better come back.
I'm pretty,
Yeah, no, that was really good. That was
pretty proud of that one. Give me some more support to support the rep.
I
Daniel.
would say emotion.
Yeah. The up down support. Or the up down. Right? High emotion, low logic. Oh, first demo, no sale. I can't do the job. Perspective is what we do here. Okay. And then, of course, schedule, which is also finance. Sunday PDI in the morning. This is a check-in, and Andrew and I were actually just speaking about this. When you call them from between 9 and 11, for the pilot we start at 9 because we have to. We're gonna get good quality conversations in. These are the longer PDI conversations. So we usually have 2 people starting at 9. I usually don't have our PSM do it, by the way. I usually have you do the best 5 people, and then the staff starts doing the rest. Okay. So check-in. This is just a real positive call. If you had someone that had a bad first day on Saturday, this is our opportunity to say, hey, Kayla, what's going on? Just checking in. Good. Hey, I just want you to know it's a new day. Like, I'm really pumped for you. It doesn't matter what yesterday was. How many demos did you do? Right, 2. How many demos does it take for us to even show you where you're at? 10. Okay, so you've done 2 out of 10. You don't know what the next 8 are going to be. So I'm really excited. Tell me about the 4 you have today. So it's all about positive and perspective. Okay. To create positivity and perspective for the rep. Okay, and then the same thing as all PDI calls, it's action. It's always about action. More appointments, more sales. More appointments, more sales. And now we know the assignments. It's the 5+ assignment. If you want to get really fancy on the day 2 PDI, it's attendance. It's arrive with 5 districts and assistants from the zone. What does that mean, arrive with 5 on Sunday PDI? Arrive with 5 or more appointments by the time you get to AT1.
So like
And what else are we confirming? Attendance, the AT1.
Champions Club.
AT1 attendance and Champions Club. Okay, and then one more advance, and I don't know, Andrew, if you caught this one. One more thing in the schedule that we want to talk about early in the morning on Sunday. It's more advanced.
Okay.
Yeah, so Sunday, phone time to book Monday through Wednesday. All right, and then, of course, from every demo. Notice there's 2 types of PDI. There's clock in, 8 to 10 a.m., Monday through Friday, which will start here. And I put down check-in, depends on the office. If you're the pilot, we always have someone available. In fact, Kayla, you know this, and Daniel, of course, Karina, we have a sheet that has everyone's phone number. So if you're a rep in the Inferno, you always have someone to call. But when you're a branch, you don't. So we can't set that expectation. You just you don't, right?
It's you.
Monday PDI. In the clock in, okay, you see that there's no clock in on Monday needed, and the first years only. Why would there not? If clock in is 8 to 10 Monday through Friday in the morning, their advanced training is 10 to 2 roughly. Okay. So from 8 to 10, we're probably not. Ideally, you don't even talk to anyone on the phone. You don't have to call anyone. They don't have to check in over the phone. First years, who can guess why?
Well, because you've already confirmed their attendance for AT1, and you don't want anybody to, get on the cliff.
Okay, that's a good answer. Wrong. So if I already confirmed them, if anything, you would argue what? You should reconfirm them.
Reconfirm. They're not there until they're there.
You're not there until they're there. You're not in only until you're on the flight. As is the, like for example, with 2 people who were signed up and everything, and just we're on the flight. Don't worry about thinking about it right now. You're like, it's not there. Okay. So tell me, what's the experience? Why no clock in ideally? They're there live at Champions Club because they want to be a high flyer. They want to come in every day, Monday through Friday, ideally. So the clock in is for the rest of the team. Okay, for the rest of the team to confirm. Okay. And some common themes also are arrive, hit your assignment, and also 5 after. Part of training is, hey, Anthony, one of the biggest tips I can give you. And who knows the tip? Every time you come to a Cutco training in your first 10 days, what do you want to have right after to make sure you can put it right to use and make more sales? You can't mess that answer up. See how I did it? Hey guys, for every training, advanced training 1, advanced training, every time you come in for a physical training, you're not here all the time after you finish your first 10 days. What do you always think you want to have? What do you think you always want to have right after appointment? Right after trainings, appointments. Why? Okay. So I would make sure they have their 5 appointments after. I would make sure they hit their appointment assignment of 5. And then the rest of the day. Then there's Tuesday clock in. The main objective is to set up Wednesday, and more so in the summer because they have more time to sell. What's another very important thing to do on Tuesday PDI? We just talked about the last exercise. What's big on Tuesday PDI?
Arrive with 5.
Oh, yeah, all that, but even before that. The last exercise we talked about first 10-day management. What's a really important thing to do on Tuesday besides making sure they show up on Wednesday?
No, they're tackles for Wednesday. Right.
Okay, AKA?
Assignment.
Assignments. What are the 2 assignments?
30,
Tackles.
50.
Plus 4, and a tack list. Okay. Wednesday is just attendance, and then phone jam the right way, well, it should be assignment. It's really just assignment. Because if someone shows up with their names, they show up the right way. You want really advanced on Tuesday, I would be talking triple threat. Right? All the experienced managers here, what does that mean? On Tuesday, talking about what?
Social media.
Let's do 3 social medias to make sure, hey, if you have any responses, we're going to help you tomorrow get more friends on the team for the bonus to get extra $1,000 credit for your 10K VIP night. Thursday, big theme. Okay, and when I say big theme, it doesn't mean that's the only thing we're talking about. What are things that we speak about every PDI call?
DMC,
Every PDI call, we're creating 1 of 3 things.
demos or CPF.
Okay, so more demos.
Events about management.
Okay, attendance.
PRs.
Yeah, and perspective. Right? We always
That.
DAP. Yeah. Okay. You're creating more business. You're creating attendance. You're creating more recruits, and you're creating more perspective because maybe they want to quit. Maybe they're too excited. Something like that. All PDI calls have that. When you get to Thursday, the main theme of that Thursday though is look back, look forward. Meaning, we call those the 3 questions. That's a question. Okay, the 3 questions are anytime someone has a major Cutco event, you always ask 3 questions. Well, give me an assist. Who's been an assistant? Who's an assistant before? Frank, what are the 3 questions you ask If Karina didn't train you on this, then I'm going to fire her, not you.
After a big event?
Any event.
Oh.
Just what you just went to see Jefe at SLDM. You just went to SC1.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Uh
What
huh.
did you learn? And what do you...
Close. You're not fired. You're just in trouble. Memorize this, everybody. When you talk to someone, even each other, we do it. I do it with the districts. After event, what did you think? What's the second one?
What do you think
Now.
now?
What are you thinking now?
What's the game plan?
And what's the game plan? Or what's the girly pansy? I don't know. I just thought of GP.
They're gonna be like
Or what is the gorilla pamper? Or what's the game plan?
or the Gamboa party.
Yeah, exactly.
Gamble.
Hey, Blake, so you got your first team meeting, and hey, props. I just wanted to say, nice job yesterday on the phone time. Because you made calls all the way till 9:30. Did you see what happened the last 30 minutes? Yeah.
Mhm.
How many did you have again before 9? 2?
Yeah.
What'd you end up with?
5.
5. Yeah, you got more in the last 30 minutes. So can I have you talk about that next meeting?
Yeah, sure.
Make sure everyone. Okay, cool. Hey, what did you think of the meeting?
Hmm.
So what am I doing there? I'm always recognizing what, not people, but what?
Action steps.
Not P, not P. There's progress.
Awesome.
Process, not people.
People.
Chris, stop laughing. You're making me laugh. Stop laughing. Your laugh alone makes me laugh. That's such a good thing. Just not for now.
That's why he was
So what did you think of the event? What did you think of the meeting? What are you thinking now? Hey, what's the game plan? Okay, that will spur. What does that first one do? Hey, you're debriefing.
Yeah.
What are you thinking now? You're essentially saying, what are you excited about? So I know, so we can talk about that. Because you can't assume and say, hey, what did you think of the SLDM? Oh, it was great, and I learned a secret weapon from Jeff, and he was awesome. What are you thinking now? We want to assume what? Like, if you're a DM and you send 10 people to SLDM, what do you want them to be thinking?
I want a ranch.
Yeah, I want a branch, but you have to ask, what are you thinking now? I'm really hungry. Okay, we're not talking anymore. That's probably not someone who's gonna get my branch talk right now. You know, I really want to make more sales. They're not really. Oh, did you think about branching now? You know, it guides you. And then of course the game plan is to create what?
Action.
Create action afterwards. Okay, so that's what Thursday is, game plan, and also clean up phone time, aka moneymaker. Moneymaker phone jam. Clean up phone time, aka moneymaker. What does that mean? Wednesday is Head Start phone jam, everybody. Meaning what? You get a head start to what? The weekend, because when's the best time to sell? Weekends. Why? Because more people are home, and when do people get paid?
Right.
So they spend it over the.
Weekend.
Yeah, that's why everyone sells so much during the weekend. So you should be that speech all the time. But if you don't have enough appointments, if you didn't hit your goal, which districts we already know since Sunday, okay, then you need to be on the phone Thursday at some point because you won't make any money. This is why it's your moneymaker phone time. Friday, same thing. It's just following up from the goal and assignment. Okay. Goal and assignment. And I would say confirming for PSP. And then of course we could go, where's this? Maybe we'll come back to this. But yeah, I'm just gonna call an audible now. So when you PSP with them, what's PSP stand for? First year.
Phone time, schedule, and paycheck.
Yeah, so typically reverse it. Reverse the order.
Phone time.
Reverse the order, go ahead.
Paycheck, schedule, phone.
Yeah, PSP paycheck, because we're going to talk about your paycheck, submit your orders, make sure you get paid properly. Schedule, talk about your schedule that you want to work for the week, and then get on the phone. You can either show up with the appointments you need, so you can go home, or you just stick around after. Which one we don't care which one you do. Why is that PSP so important? Because what are you going to cover? Who's been given a PSP before? All of you, right?
Yeah.
So what's the biggest number you need? What's the most important number from that PSP, or most important information from that PSP?
The times.
Number of demos out.
Yeah, number of demos they want to do or have set, or their schedule goal. Okay, I want off on Tuesdays. I'm okay with reps, believe it or not. Like there's a common thing. I think when you mismanage reps, there's that, man, they always want to do appointments. They always want us to be working every day. That's not true at all. And have you ever had that feeling from people you've managed? The guy, they always want me to do demos every day. We didn't pull off a PSP,
No.
right? If you're in a proper PSP, then you set an agreement. It's like, hey, Antoine, these are the appointments that you said you wanted to do. This is when you're off. Do I have permission to push you towards this? Okay. So if we don't hit this, that's when you're going to get a tougher job. Is that agreement? Okay, cool. You hit this, we're good. Okay, awesome. So off on Monday, 3 on Tuesday, none on Wednesday because you have soccer, and then Thursday, okay, 1 maybe. Okay, I'll put a question mark there. And all these PDI conversations have to do with the schedule you already put up from Sunday. So see here, ready? Let me give you a rookie. Let me give you a terrible branch move, and then rookie branch move, and then better move. It's Wednesday. They show up to the phone jam. Hey, Karina, what's going on? Rick will start rookie. Hey, Karina, okay, go hop on the phone, put your goal on the board. Right? That's like terrible because didn't we meet with them on Sunday? So what should we know? Yeah, but why are you telling them we should know? Or right now, actually the worst move is, oh, hey, Hunter, what's your goal on the board? What's your goal for the weekend? Why are you asking them? Didn't you already do it Sunday? Well, you should have. What's the better move?
How you doing?
How you doing? Well, yeah, of course. How are you doing? In terms of driving the number. Let's get serious. Ready? In terms of driving the number, what's the better move? Hey, I already know your goal is 6. Let's make sure we hit that. Right? The best managers are, hey, I know you fell short of your goal this week. You were supposed to have 5 done by today, Hunter. You only got 2, so I think we need to add 3 to your goal this weekend. What do you think? Okay, because you gave me permission to push you, did you not? Okay, cool. This is me pushing you. You fell 3 short. We're gonna add at least 2 to the weekend, and I know you already have 4 coming in. So you already put up on the board. You got your 4 already set. That's a nice job. You only need 8 more to go. So the best managers have it already set up. So when a rep walks in, that's another reason for them. If they sat with you at PSP, and they said their goal was to have 8 done for the week, 4 by Wednesday, 4 over the weekend. Right? Can we do that? All right. So demo goal was 8, 4 by Wednesday, 4 for the weekend. Let's say they walk into the office and they've only done 2, and you never said anything. You're losing accountability. And let's say their goal is 4 over the weekend, right? They might change their goal on you. Yeah, I'm going to do 3. Oh, I'm sorry. You said 4 on Sunday, right? That's what we have on the PSP. But it says 4. Right?
I'm sorry.
Right? Or the best thing is recognizing, right? So I got, let's see, Daniel Crosso comes in. His goal is 8. I was like, do it this way. I don't know what people do backwards. Oh, no, 8, yeah. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And let's say Daniel already has this. They come in the phone jam. That's a whole nother prep. That's the next prep probably run by you. How to do a proper phone jam. You come in. This is already up on the board. We don't ask people for the goal. We already know. And we already know that you have 3 because I talked to you this morning and you already have 3 of the 8 you need for the weekend. Right? Hey, before we get started, I just want to give props before we start the phone jam officially. Some of you have been booking appointments. Props to Daniel. Daniel showed up today already having started his phone time. So he didn't have to put a lot of pressure of getting all 8 for the weekend. You see what he did there? Can you tell me when you did those phone calls? Oh, in between? This morning, nice job. So if you want to get a really good head start to the head start, I would show up here with appointments already booked for the weekend so you can knock them out. That was a really good process of Daniel to do that I think all of you should follow to be successful, not because he's just awesome. You can say it like that. It's weird, but you can say it like that. See what you can do now? Hey, all you have to do is get 5 more. Nice job, Daniel. Oh, you got 1 more coming in. Excuse me. Daniel got 1 more before I got here, so now he has to do less work. Awesome. And then you got that one kid who's been there since 5 with like 2 appointments. Right? And what's Daniel doing? Daniel's there at 6. He's out 7 o'clock. I'm going to go to Chipotle. You want anything? Cool. Hey, Daniel, I would love for you to go to Chipotle because you already hit your goal. Right? I'll stop there. Takeaways? Yeah. So what I'm going to do, if you're broadcasting, let me do this first before you guys watch the Scott Den's video. Binder. Let me show you what comes in the binder. Going into the summer, we haven't done this yet for summer since I've been in FC. And for some reason, I don't know why. I think it's because we've covered PDI too much in depth, too late. This is the most in depth we've done PDI at the earliest stage ever in FC AGL. Okay. Usually we wait till February, March to even start it. I should be able to go into every single office, and I should be able to see your whiteboard, regardless of how your room is structured. I should be able to see a whiteboard, whatever. Yours might be this size. Okay, mine's this size. This might be your whiteboard. Branch budget. That's a joke. No, because you know smaller budget. Okay, you should all have a fast start sign above yours. You should all have this to the right of you if you're training, to the left of them if they're looking at you. I don't care where you put the TV. You should have your triple threat post so people don't have to think. That room should be the same. The rest is debatable on the order, but you should have some of the same stuff because it should be consistent. I should also be able to pick up your PDI book and flip through it and it should be the same. Okay? This is the same way I should be able to go to your interview and listen and hear what?
The same thing.
The same script, okay? But I like to do it this way is okay, by the way. It is okay when you're starting to get results doing it the basic way. Like I'm all about innovation. People think, oh, Jeff wants everyone to be on the same page. I do, and this isn't about creating mandatory compliance. Can anyone define what that means? Like, Caleb, if I said, we need mandatory compliance. Mandatory meaning what? You have to. Compliance means everyone is on the same page. You can't really think for yourself. That's not how a business owner operates. But I can't get you to a place to be innovative where you're profiting until you do the basics first. It's the same reason why people need to stick to the script. I'm okay with you sticking to the script. Once you get to 3, 6, 10 grand, we can talk about changes. But for your training, your first 10 days, make sure you read the book, please. Then you can get creative later. Same thing with this. I'm okay with being creative with PDI, but it shouldn't be creative first and then. Got it? So this is the order I'd like. We can change it later. More so Karina, Pau, David, and Daniel. I'll look for your feedback, and also Andrew. The first, it can be any binder. I highly recommend not a blue Cutco binder. Why? Gets lost. So something completely different. I also recommend a 3-inch or higher, 3-inch or more. So you can put a lot of PDI sheets. And Daniel, we're going to redo the sheet, so redo the book. Number 1, the outlines. Okay, what is the outline? If you look here in your handouts, if you look in your handouts folder, okay, it says PDI walkthrough. So if you're watching a video, there's a document that says PDI walkthrough. Here we go, sorry. And it looks like this. Okay. And essentially what it has, everybody, is this paper. Like what do we talk about each day? What's important? Maybe note, Karina, if you could, be my note, please. Number 1 is send out Kate Arbuthnot link. Number 2 is revise the outline. So this is the like the 1.0 version. I still want to update this. This is originally from someone who gave it to someone. I got this version from Matt. None of us made it up. This is like from years of just reworking. So you should have the outline in the front so that before you start the day, what should you review? What does it do to make sense before you start your clock ins? Daniel.
What you need to do.
Yeah, what are the objectives of the day? So instead of just taking calls, how about let me think about every call I get today. I need to accomplish this. Then start taking calls. It's the same reason I don't prefer you guys to wake up and just go. What were we talking about? Wake up and do what in the morning?
Check in.
Well, no, before that. What were you doing the other day when you woke up? You told me.
Planner.
Oh, sorry. Planning and journaling.
Planning and
Yeah.
journaling. So
Sorry,
you
I
know
was-
planning and journaling. So look through your planner so you know what's important for the day. Versus you wake up and you go, that's not so objective driven. It's not so focused. So the outline, number 2, is the attendance tracker. Okay, this is the one we used in the pilot. And this will help you keep a track of attendance. It's really easy. How many people do I still need to confirm? How many are projecting? When I call your office and I say, hey, Mr. Blake, how many people are you expecting at your team meeting tonight? I don't know. It's not an acceptable answer. Oh, well, I have 25 confirmed so far, 5 pending, and I got a couple 5 that may or may not be there. They're kind of rough right now, but definitely 25 confirmed. 5 more I got to get a hold of. You should know these things. Okay. And this is for push, and we'll talk about that later. The next thing is the daily grid. Okay, and it even says daily grid. Let me do this. And this is what the daily grid looks like. Okay, the daily grid, you should have one for every day of the week already done with the goal of number of appointments you want. Okay, and we'll Karina put down January session PDI grid or PDI book overview. Thank you. And then what's after the PDI grid? The new PDI sheets. Here's what new PDI sheets looks like. Okay, it's got all the reps information already there. So when you meet with them, first year, you want to take a guess. Why does it have? This is the week. It starts on Monday, but why have a Saturday, Sunday here? First years only.
Right.
Meaning
It's
what?
when they launch.
Yeah, they launch on a Saturday. Okay, but then you have multiple weeks, and you have a global view. You can see. You know, I noticed Mr. Mullins that last week. I always put all their totals at the end of the week, so I know how many demos, how many sales, CPO at the end of the week. And last week I noticed you did 6 appointments. This week you're already at 7. Nice job, Karina. You're already doing better than last week. You can compare. You can put down, and we already went through what we're going to cover here. Did we talk to them for PDI? Checkbox. LM for left message. X, I didn't talk to them for the day. I already know what their number of appointments are for the day they want to have. 3. And I'll have the times here, and I'll check off what happened. You can be really organized. And when Michael Musabe calls in on Tuesday and says, yeah, I'm going to go actually my sister's soccer practice. I was like, oh, what happened to your 6 o'clock? Because you told me you're going to do a 6 o'clock. Because I talked to you on Sunday. And we agreed to you doing a 6 o'clock on Tuesday. So why are we changing it, Michael? But if you don't know, you don't have this track. Say, okay, cool. Hey, have fun at soccer. When's your next phone time? You just got what I call the Right, Right. I would say in the pilot, we weren't that organized this summer. We still did what, #1 new business in the region? 2 behind Hurlman. And we weren't even organized with this. So can you imagine what would happen if we would have driven demos? Really exciting. It's really exciting to think about where you're, scale of 1 to 10, Andrew, how well did you track?
7.
7, okay. Can you imagine even moving that's 7, whatever his scale is, that's 7 to an 8. I think you had 50 grand in business, 30 to 50 grand. I believe that because you're moving one more demo with how many recruits and so forth and so forth. You had a question, sir?
Is that where those yellow sheets go, pretty much?
Yeah.
You just copy those?
That's yeah, I would say, and in the back are the blue and yellow sheets. They're called trackers.
Yeah.
Blue trackers for Sunday, yellow trackers for Wednesday. Yeah, and but see, it all transfers here, so you don't really need the trackers.
Yeah.
You actually throw the blue ones away. Sorry, so in the back, you really only have the yellow ones. And those were already completed on Sunday. And then when they walk in, oh, here's your tracker. Oh, your goal's right on the board. Oh, and I took the luxury of marking off the ones you already got set up because I'm so accountable to the process, not just the person. Cool. And then the last thing, all right, miscellaneous at the end, I would have a laminated price list, cookware as well. Payment plans, sorry. Breakdown of all the payment plans so you don't have to think. And then question mark, what's that?
We had like common deals that we did all the time.
Yeah, plan, like
Yeah.
that question mark gives you some flexibility.
Yeah.
So this is just an overview. If you're branching, if you've never run an office before, we'll revisit this again. If you're running an office now, the sooner we can all get on this, the better. And if you have, if you're a district manager, so Pau, David, 2 of you, I would say Grace also watching this. If you feel like you have other input on this and we might want to change this, I'm totally cool. This is just the first direction I'm taking from this prep. Cool. And I will tell you, we'll already be more unified on PDI than we ever have been going into the summer. And that way we're on a conference call and you're having a hard time talking to your people because we're all doing this the same way. I'm not saying ours is better than any of the other 5 divisions, but if we're all on this, it's easy to troubleshoot. Oh, so late. Okay. No. Okay, you know where you have the daily goals? Okay, start doing this because what Daniel does really well is he marks on the what's hot. He does this thing where he cusses out and calculates how much is left for the goal. And and he promotes that on the WhatsApp. Oh, great, thanks. But if we're all on different books, or if we're all on, well, I like to do it like this, I can't give you advice. Cool? Questions, comments? All right. So I'm going to end this broadcast, and then we're going to watch the Scott Dennis. This is where you watch the Scott Dennis PDI video, and then we will take a break.